recommendations. And our governors elected on the platform of the main opposition People's Democratic Party have nullified the suspension of the acting national chairman of the party, Adamagun. The governors have also nullified the suspension of the National Publicity Secretary, Dekpo Ologunayo, and the National Legal Advisor, Kamaldeen Ajiban, Senior Advocate of Nigeria. And out of judiciary, Justice Yusuf Aliyu of the Federal Capital Territory in High Court sitting in Jabi, Abuja, has issued an interim order against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, restraining them from arresting or detaining a former Minister of Defense, Lawal Batagarawa, over a land dispute matter. The court also restrained the commission and its agents, privies, or anyone acting on their behalf from inviting, harassing, intimidating, or otherwise threatening Batagara pending further proceedings. The order was made following all allegations that he had been subjected to undue harassment by the anti-graft agency. And Justice Aliyu also ordered substituted service of the originating process of other legal documents on the EFCC and other respondents in the suit. Indigo dyeing is a client's tradition in northern Nigeria city of Kano, but the dwindling number of customers and cheap imitations are threatening the centuries-old industry. Many dye sites have shut down, and those still operating have seen both their production and incomes cut by more than 70%. In this special report, our correspondent Idris Jibril visited the Kano's 500-year-old dye pit, and has a report.
For half a century, indigo dyeing is all Dang Asabe Abubakar has known. It's a trade that has been passed down from one generation in the family to another. But in the last decade, he and others in Kano dye pit have watched helplessly as the business struggled and incomes disappeared. Well, there are so many challenges. As you can see, there are so many pits operating here, but today we have only few of them. But low patronage is not the only threat to these people. Clothes-making technology have changed over time, but not at these dye pits here in Kano. The ingredient and skills used in 1498 still remain the same today. Just 2 decades ago, there were 148 dye pits here. Now only 14 remain. The dumping of chemically treated fabric here, like in most African markets, is a major source of concern for local producers.
So since during the Obasanjo region, Obasanjo has given Chinese allowed to come to Nigeria to take our own work to send to China. The Chinese product, after Chinese people producing our own product here in Nigeria from China to send it back here and sell it in the Kantun Quarry market. So that is our problem we are facing since 2003.
Many buyers prefer 100% organic indigo dyeing, but with fewer tourists coming and exports slowing down, producers are struggling to convince local to buy from them.
Now we are in bad situation of our economy in Nigeria. So Nigerian people, I'm calling them to come and join hand in this to saving Nigeria in this problem.
There is widespread concerns here that soon, even the few pits that remain will also have to close down, bringing to an end a more than 500 years of history. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, reporting for Global Television News.
Many thanks to Idris for bringing that report. And now the federal government says a petition by Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, calling on the United Kingdom to consider the Yoruba Nation was not endorsed by the UK government. The spokesperson for the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Eche, in a statement in Abuja, says media reports on the petition were highly misleading. He explained that following media reports on the petition submitted at number 10 Downing Street by Sunday Adeyemo, popularly known as Sunday Igboho, the British High Commissioner in Abuja, was invited to shed light on the issue. During the meeting, the High Commissioner noted with concern that the matter was overblown, indicating that the media reports were highly misleading. Over the years, the millions of Nigerians' children have been denied access to basic education. Despite attempts to take more children off the streets to the classrooms, hundreds of schools Aged children, especially girls, are still roaming the street. From Kano, our correspondent Idris Jibril takes a look at the girl-child education in a state where basic education is supposed to be free.
15-year-old Khadija Ahmed is working to support her family. Like her mother, she dropped out of school due to lack of fund, effectively ending her dream of becoming a doctor. I started going to school, but unfortunately, I have to drop out in order to support my family. This is happening in a state where basic education is supposed to be free and compulsory. Experts say lack of access caused by poor government spending, shortage of political will and poverty are partly responsible. But there is even more bigger problem.
Majority of our girls have problem of access, most especially in the rural area and hard to reach. You can see which we are calling always is this issue of closure of all boarding schools by the last administration of Kano State, which may be due to insecurity, as they said, but it has largely affected access.
In the midst of these disturbing challenges, there seems to be pocket of success stories in Kano State.
As far as Kano State is concerned, there is change and increase in enrollment for the girl child. The concern is completion and mainstreaming.
This is one of the basic schools in Kano State. The facilities here are very good by the state standard. A place where children like Khadija who want to start building their dream can actually learn something better. But the reality in many parts of Kano is this. Girls from rural areas storm the city to work on daily basis. For them, it's a way of life. Khadija still hopes to become a doctor one day. But unless authorities remain committed to providing quality education, the future of Nigeria's education sector may likely continue to remain bleak. And Khadija's dream will remain what it is, just a dream, nothing more. From Kano, Idris Jibrin, reporting for Global Television News.
Again, many thanks to Idris. And now you're watching the News Express on Global Television, coming to you live from Nigeria's capital, Abuja. What News Express returns, Nigeria's inflation rose to 32.70% in September 2024. Our details of these and more after this short break. Please stay with us. Many thanks for still staying with us on News Express. And now to business. The federal government is to invest $2 billion to expand Nigeria's fiber optic network by 90,000 kilometers. Bosun Tijani, Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, spoke about the investment during a visit to the vandalized Digital Innovation Park in Kano. In a statement, Tijani said the project aims to increase Nigeria's fiber optic capacity from 35,000 kilometers to 125,000 kilometers, strengthening the country's terrestrial fiber optic backbone. The park, earlier scheduled for commissioning in August, was dreaded by the protesters. In the quest to further revamp the aviation industry by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's government, the federal government has upgraded the Muhammadu Buhari Airport in Maiduguri to international status. Our Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, started this during a courtesy visit by the Borno State Governor, Babagana Umaru Zulum, in his office in Abuja. Keyamo described Northeast Nigeria, particularly Borno State, as a commercial city that connects Nigeria with other countries. Nigeria's headline inflation rate for September 2024 rose to 32.70% after slowing consecutively in the previous 2 months of July and August. This was according to the latest Consumer Price Index report from the National Bureau of Statistics. It is a marginal increase of 0.55% from the August 2024 figure of 32.15%, reflecting the ongoing price pressures across the country. The year-on-year inflation has surged by 5.98% point compared to the 26.72% recorded at the month of September 2023. Out to the foreign sea, Ukraine has denied allegations that it had supplied drones to rebels fighting against the Malian army and the Russia-backed mercenaries. It comes after the Paris-based newspaper reported that Ukrainian drones were providing support for the terrorist rebels who are benefiting from this great but decisive support from Kiev. Mali's junta-led government had a long-running alliance with the former colonial power France in 2022 in favor of Russia in a bid to tackle a years-long insurgency in the north. But it has been unable to kill the unrest and recently suffered heavy losses alongside its Russian allies. Our proc is to ban nighttime pub crawls organized by travel agencies in a bid to deter the rowdy tourists from visiting and attracting more refined visitors instead. The six capitals authorities says organized pub crawls often aim at foreign stake and will be banned between the 10th and the 6 a.m. local time. Our Deputy Major Jibril Posipi said he wanted the city to become a place where refinement and respect for the shared public space are a priority. Moving to sports, the Confederation of African Football has delisted the Group D second leg fixture of the ongoing 2025 African Cup of Nations qualifier between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Mediterranean Knights of Libya. The game was earlier scheduled to take place in Libya by 8 p.m. after the first leg took place in Gasol Akpabio Stadium, Uyo. The Super Eagles beat the Mediterranean Knights by a long goal in the dying minutes of the game. However, the return leg has been greeted with controversy after the Super Eagles players and officials narrated their over 14 hours ordeal at the Libya airport, leading them to return home. And more on sports, Manchester United has ended its annual multi-million-pound remuneration to legendary former manager Sir Alex Ferguson as the club's new co-owner Sim Jim looks to reduce operating costs. The addition to stop the payment which were made as part of Ferguson's role as a global club ambassador and a non-executive director is part of the broader financial outbacked under the ownership of the Redcliffe Group. Ferguson, 82, who retired as Manchester United manager in 2013 after overseeing the club's most successful era, continued to receive a substantial salary from the club in his post-managerial roles. And as a wrap-up on News Express, let's take a look at some of the top stories. Federal government to invest $2 billion to expand fiber optic capacity by 90,000 kilometers. Federal government upgrades Maiduguri to international airport. And a prac to ban organized nighttime and pub crawls on the foreign scene. And the Sports Confederation of Africa Football delisted Nigeria and Libya African qualifier amidst the controversy. And as a package on News Express coming to you live from Nigeria's capital Abuja, we are on DSTV channel 365, start times channel 276, and free to air on Nicomsat. Kindly follow us on all social media platforms using @Global TV AG and other handles now shown on the screen. I am Edika Michael. Many thanks for watching and stay with us. See you again.